you all. So and then link it to my, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. Good job, me. I'm going to let Facebook know. Because you like to know when I'm live. I've also got my laptop here so that I can see everybody's comments. I love that. Ignore my very bad nail polish. I bought some SNS to do at home. And I bought cheap stuff and it didn't work. So this is all that's left. I did one hand. It's terrible. I will deal with it later. I just really wanted nails. I love nails. They make me happy. And I'm contemplating whether I should actually use my money to go and get a professional to do it, or if I should spend more money and go and get a better kit to do it myself. It's a 50-50. Anyway, hello Deborah. For those that haven't been in Facebook, which fair enough, that's fine. I have been going through my scrap box, which is quite large, not gonna lie, and also my scraps are anything less than half a meter width of fabric, like by width of fabric. So fat quarters in my house are considered scraps. I know they're not technically, but they live in the scrap bucket because they're not big enough to go on the cards. So because of that, I have been going through all of my beautiful scraps, large scraps, and I have been cutting them up into things. I am trying to do full size like bags and then work my way down to things like wallets and zipper pouches. So the zipper pouches that I am doing are a basic version of my scamp, which you saw in my last live, if you saw that. This is a fat quarter. I just need to get my bin because it's just occurred to me that I forgot to grab it. And considering nobody's really here yet, it'll be fine. I am not throwing it all on the floor again. I also, everybody get excited for me, I found my screwdriver again. So yay! Ugh, my cam press is in the way. So this was one of my scraps here. This is a very old fabric. I've had it for lots of years and I've just been hoarding the scraps. I have decided to stop hoarding scraps. I need to work through like as many as I humanly possibly can. So this is one that I have turned into a Lola by Swoon. I love that pattern. It's nice and quick. It was one of the first templates I ever got. And by templates, I mean my husband made them out of plywood. Hello, Leonie. Ooh. See that? That was the wheels of this chair. I have decided to get a non-wheelie chair because I am so sick of hitting the pedal. It's not good for the sewing. This vinyl is a gift from Sandra in America. So she stocks it, or I assume she still does. So that's where I got it from because I know you're all going to ask me because it is fabulous. It's got like a texture. Can you see that? Oh, it's fabulous. Anyway, I've also gone with waterproof canvas on the inside and the outside is this purple Yoda fabric. I am doing a bronze hardware and there's a reason I chose bronze over other colors. And the simple answer is because this will be more gender neutral than if I was to do, say, silver. It will look more girly with silver than bronze. Bronze is a very manly thing. And for those that love Yoda, they're going to love this bag. This was actually a fat quarter that was sent to me by one of you. And it's been hoarded and sitting there until I decided what I actually wanted to make with it. And this is what I've decided on. So I'm also doing a matching wristlet strap that will also have a tassel and a pom-pom. They're very cute because I'm trying to have more cheaper items in my market stall and on my website. So I don't know, I just am. So I've folded it both sides of the center. I'm going to crease it on here and see how much smoother that looks by doing that. It did look a bit more bumpy. Now that I've done that, we're better. So, whoa, that's too big. 4 stitch length. And I did try and fussy cut this bit so you can kind of see He's mainly in the middle. So this piece is 1.5 inches and this is 2 inches, and I have these little stopper ends, if anybody is wondering. And just to make my life easier and make sure it doesn't shift or anything, I'm going to put another piece of double-sided tape down the center. And then stick this down. Now I'm not worried about the ends because the ends go into that other thing. So we just want to push it down, and this hopefully means it won't stretch. 4, I'm going to back stitch just out of habit, and I'm going to stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the fabric. Turn, I'm going to go across the bottom out of habit. You could also just jump stitch across. Alright, I back stitched again out of habit. You don't have to. Now, I've only got one tail there, so if we turn it over, we have a bird's nest. God, my fingers look atrocious. I need to go and buy acetone to get this stuff off. It's on my list of things to get to. So then we're just going to fold this over. Put this on like this. You shove it all the way in. And then, with these bad boys, we squish it down. Get it in the center, 2 hands at the end, fulcrum and all that jazz, and squish it as hard as humanly possible. So simple. Hi guys! So that will be part of another thing that I sell separately. Now I've altered this just like a smidgy bit, because I like altering things apparently. Even though I designed this pattern, I'm not judging myself, it's fine. So, need all these little bits. I also need to move these clips. Oh wait, no. I don't need to move anything because I've now got this. Hardware in the hardware tub. I'm doing a 1-inch strap for this bag. A different bag that I've also cut out is having a 1.5 inch. So you do you. We're going to take this one, which is the bottom slip pocket. And I only know this because I designed the pattern. If you haven't made this for a while, you might need to check the pattern. And I've also only got 2 of these, not 4, like the pattern says. I'm only putting them on the front. Snowing. Ew. -24. That is atrocious. No, thank you. It was so hot here, and my aircon wouldn't start yesterday. I worked out what it was. It had tripped at the meter, but not the meter out the front. This granny fat has its own meter. Very trippy. So I didn't do any sewing yesterday because I had no power. Well, for the aircon. And it was 38 degrees inside my sewing room, and I refused to work in that kind of heat. It's outrageous. Okay, so we're just going to pop these on the corners of the slip pocket. Like that. Double-sided tape is your friend. You can do this without double-sided tape, but I'm always a bit worried that it'll move. So we're not doing that. Now, fun little thing, if you start here, you can go up, down, across, up and down in one go, and you won't have lots of tails to cut off. This tip is not in other videos. And I'm going to back stitch because I like to back stitch. I'm stitching 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Go all the way across to here. Swivel up. And then diagonally down. And that was all one go. Funnily enough, that's still maths. It's like, what, geometry or something? Spatial awareness? I don't know. Something. Cute. Now, we're going to take one of the larger. So you've got 4 little ones and 2 big ones. We need one of the big ones. And double-sided tape, like always. So these are 1 inch thick, for anyone that needs to know that. The other ones are only 3/4 of an inch. And there is a reason why they're different sizes. I could have just made them all the same thickness, but then it wouldn't look as good. You gotta trust me on that. I put lots of thought into this pattern. And my child goes back to school next week, which means I can go back to thinking about designing a new pattern. I can't think when my child's home. I love my child, don't get me wrong, but he is not great for pattern thinking. So we're going to put these wrong sides together. And now that those are on, if you do them first, you don't have to think any further. I'm going to stitch all the way around all the edges. This will hold them together, which will make it easier later. Don't skip these kinds of steps. I put them in the pattern because they really do make it the easiest way to make a bag. I am all about easy and lazy. It's who I am as a person. Don't even regret it. Right. Ah, see, should have done that. Because I really needed that center fold. It's alright, I'm going to eyeball it. I can eyeball these things pretty well these days. You should put the fold first. Right, and then we're just going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Back stitch. I prefer heat over cold because cold gives me asthma and I don't like struggling to breathe. It's just not a fun experience. Cute, slip pocket, done. Now we're going to pretty much do the same to the back one, which is one of these. The other one is the bottom front of the bag. Now normally in the original pattern you'd sew your little corners on here as well, but I've decided I don't want them on the back for lots of reasons. But a big one is because then you have to perfectly match them and it really bugs me if they're even 1 millimeter out. So I'm skipping that drama by not doing them. They're not essential to the bag. They were just like an added little bit of decoration. Anything decorative you can absolutely skip on a bag. All right, see, now we've got a crease. That'll make it easier. We also need one of these, but not that one because that's the other size one. This one, here we go. So we're going to, again, wrong sides together, stitch them all the way around at 1/8 of an inch. This is a really good place to practice your speed sewing. I expect everyone to be able to speed sew by the end of the year, just so you're all aware. Not that I can actually check in and make sure you're doing it, but you should be able to. Well, the other thing is now that I have a pool, it is so much more fun that if I'm too hot, I go jump in the pool. Or just walk into the pool because it has steps. You don't have to actually jump. Because I got my hair done, not that you can see, but I got my hair done at the start of this week and you can't put it in a pool water for like 3 days afterwards, 72 hours. I Googled it. And these are things I don't want. Like, I do want green hair, but also I don't want that color green hair from chlorine. So, yeah, no. Back slip pocket done. This is such a quick bag. All right, so now we're going to do all these ones because we just are. Flip them all over. I picked this vinyl because it is a bit more manly and I'm hoping that it won't necessarily just go to a girl, this bag. It is a bit more gender neutral. I mean, if a girl wants to buy it, that's awesome. But also I would like to start appealing to like men's bags as well. Even though the background's purple. It's like a galaxy. So, we'll see. I do like a wood stove, not going to lie. Smells awesome, keeps your house warm. But The cold air, like I can't giggle in cold air because it gives me asthma. I'm not even exaggerating. If I have like a laughing fit and the air's cold, I have an asthma attack before I finish laughing. It sucks so bad. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to grab this one, which is front bottom, if anyone actually has this pattern. And if not, you should get it. This pattern's awesome. Where's the bag? I'll show you what it looks like at the end. That I can do. So this is the end result, just if anyone's wondering what we're making. It's got a slip pocket on the back. This is the pocket we just did. This is the piece I've got now. And we've got vinyl accents everywhere. And they look amazing. This is what we're doing. But just in a different colour. So these are your skinnier accents. And we're going to stick them along that edge there. And then stitch down. Hello, Jessie. I'm live. What's up?
Can I have my YouTube?
Yes.
On my computer?
Sure. I literally told him to go and have YouTube while I do this video and to not interrupt me. That went well. You don't have to sew the second short edge on this. I only sewed it so I could get to the other way. But we're stitching this at 1/8 of an inch on each side. So we're mainly doing the top one so it doesn't move when we put on our zipper. Ugh, my nails. Stop looking at my nails. They're gross. We're also going to grab the main one. Where's my other one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is problematic. Top. Oh no, I'm okay. I'm just freaking out over nothing. Ignore me. It's fine. This little one gets 2 of these. My brain was having a bit of a moment then. Yeah. I just have crappy lungs. That's why I hate exercise. I used to get asthma horse riding. Cantering gave me an asthma attack. I still used to do it. We just take lots and lots of meds. It's fine. I do not have such a defeatist attitude, but I did move to the tropics for a reason. Alright, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to start on the inside. And again, that thing where we can then go all the way around. This is why we stick them all on at once, right? Now this is the one we see. One stitch all the way around. You should think about these things. It just makes it easier. You got less tails, less stopping and starting. I know that looks like a lot, but it all makes sense in the bag. Promise. Peel that off. Stick it to the top of the back piece. So this is your back main panel. And if you wanted to skip all of the pockets on the front, you could just cut 2 of these. Make a very simple bag. That's your jam. You can also just back stitch there, swivel, jump stitch to the other side. And I folded this over so it doesn't whack into here and wreck my stitches. Not that you see these ones, but it's still relevant. I don't want it to be wonky donkey. Okay, so that's all the little bits done now because I like to eliminate pieces. It's starting to look a bit fabulous. I'm looking for these. These are our D-ring connectors, which are probably the wrong size because I now use skinnier D-rings than the pattern. Yes. So we need to do like way less. What kind of disability do you have? And let's see if we can all brainstorm a solution for you. I'm all about solutions. We can do this. I did see someone who couldn't use their legs anymore got like a little thing made so that you push your head. My cough is not better. No. It is atrocious, and I'm trying really hard not to cough. I have to actively think about not coughing. It sucks. And then sometimes it gets the better of me anyway. It takes a lot of conscious effort to not be coughing constantly at the moment. I can take full breaths, so I don't know why the cough's still here, but, you know, what can you do? Oh, hello, lovely. We're making a possum pouch because I love this bag. It's also really cute at like 85% too, if people want a smaller one. I've made it at that size. It's very cute. Oh, stop it, lungs. Seriously. They really need to get their crap together. I can use my legs, but no control with my ankles. Okay. Well, one solution I've seen is you could get like a stop-start button here. A lot of mechanical machines have that now. If you don't plug the foot pedal in, you can actually stop and start it here with a speed control. Can you move your big toe by itself? Because when I sew, I told you guys this lately, because it's just occurred to me. I actually just stick my whole foot on and then push with my big toe. That's how I sew, turns out. I don't use my whole foot. My whole foot doesn't do this. I rest there and then pressure with my big toe. It allows for a lot of control. I don't know if that would be helpful. Otherwise, you can get engineers to actually make stuff for you. It's amazing what people can do. It's not okay. It can't work with a stop-start button. Alrighty then. What other solutions can my brain come up with? What about if you have like a chain and you kind of use your hand to push it down? So create like a second pedal and use your hand. Could you do that? Because that's just a bunch of chains, really. I have seen something similar. So these, for example, I've seen someone, the hole that's in the end here, they put a piece of chain so that then you bolt it down and you use your foot. So on that theory, you could just do it in reverse. Otherwise, you can get a sewing machine that just has a start-stop button. Obviously, you'd have to purchase a new machine, which is probably not what you're after. But there is that solution if you can't come up with anything else. You can't move your toes. Oh, if you can press with your heel, just rest your feet and then just push down. And if you've got a speed control, just slow it right down. You know what? I am going to make this bag. Moving forward, I'm going to try and sew it with my heel. Let's see if we can make this work. And I'll tell you any tips that I get while I'm doing it. I am all about solutions. We got this. Alright. First up, let's place these. I'm going to place them today at 1 1/4. I'm pretty sure that's what I do anyway. We're just doing that. Might put some double-sided tape on it, because double-sided tape is your friend. And also, these tend to try and move when you're sewing them, which is just so rude. Oh, go away, cough. Honestly. It's so rude that it won't go away. Quite offended by the stupid thing. Oh yeah, you could just put something under it so it doesn't go all the way down. That's also a solution. All right, heel. Done. That was awkward, not gonna lie. Because I had to bring my foot so far back. But we're gonna make this work. Have faith. First up, we're gonna stick this down. So I'm doing 1 1/4 down and 1 1/4 in. I don't remember if that's what's in the pattern, but that's what I feel like should be happening. So that's what we're gonna do. Line it up, push it down, move that. All right. Already not off to a great start. Place it at the bottom, heel. You only have to okay, so I've got like a bar that I'm resting my foot on, and then I'm just putting more pressure on my heel. And that is the tiniest amount of pressure because it's at the top. So I'm not really moving my foot. I'm just using the pressure of my thing. That was a knee lift. Whoa. This would take some getting used to, but so far, heel only. I have to sit further back. I don't know if you've noticed that. And then heel. That bit was a bit awkward, I'm not gonna lie. But if you don't have the lifty uppy thing, it's really not an issue. You can just manually crank it, I guess. But we got one, and the stitches are good. So this is a good start. I'm not gonna put it under there because I'm most likely gonna do that same thing where I botch it. So what did I decide on? 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. Which is there. Well, that didn't work. Let's move the tub. 1 1/4 in. Take off the backing. Luckily, we won't have a bump problem. I'm definitely glad of that. 1 1/4 there. Stick it down and remove it. Alright, knee lift. The knee lift is super awkward because I'm using my heel, but this is me not even putting my heel on anything. So this is just my whole foot pressure. We're gonna pivot right there. Take that off. 1, 2. So for that, I just did this with my heel. I don't know if you could hear it. I could. And you've got to remember, I have not turned the speed down on this thing, so we're going to go tap, tap, tap. Oh, that was a bit much. It's fine. We'll just take out, so that was just 1 extra stitch, not a big deal. Came out all by itself. Problem solved. Is a bit awkward, but can be done. We're going to grab our back slip pocket, which is the large one that we did. And then again, we're going to line it up. Heel. Tap, tap. So if you just tap it, oh, maybe not that hard. Whoa! Definitely going to take some getting used to. Back piece done. Well, so that's the other problem. Domestic machines are not going to do half as good as this or my green machine. You will need, like if you want to make lots of vinyl and leather bags, you do need a heavier duty machine. But this machine, if you can lift and plop down your whole foot, if you slowed it right down, you could totally get it. It is definitely muscle memory with pressure. But I'm like, we're getting there. I've just moved back further. so that I can be at an appropriate place for my foot to be heel only. So I'm driving it with like this. It'll take a minute, but I will get there. Nothing will defeat me, people. I did. These are my wrap pants. There is a video for these. They wrap so that they're like completely open with, what's it called? It's not it's elastic, but it's shearing or shirring, whichever way you want to look at that. So I just put like a whole bunch of loops around and around and did shearing, and then they just stay up, and they are the comfiest freaking pants. And the reason I love sewing with them is because I can sit them so that they're completely open, but my butt's covered, so A, the tears in my chair don't annoy my legs, and secondly, I'm not sweating when I'm sitting skin against this chair. The chair was cool when I first got it. I don't love it so much anymore. Heel. Can't believe I'm driving this whole thing with a heel. Another thing. Ooh, no. So in the middle is not helpful. That's the middle, so you actually need to drive it at the edge. You want to be at the furthest point, so the smallest amount of pressure will drive it the way you want. Oh, I just lost my thread. It's fine. With actual pedals on the farm buggy, I can hook my toes over the top pedal and keep my foot. There you go. It can be done. It would take me probably 3 bags to be able to sew like I normally do with just using my heel. But already we can see that it can be done. You'll just have to get used to it. It's not out of the realm of possibility though. And I'm not even resting my foot on it at the moment. So that one was without even resting my foot on that back bit. It's just my heel. I'm not pulling out my feet because I'm not creepy like that. But the heel part, like the proper... Pretty. So now I've got slip pocket. Now we're ready for zipper. Except I didn't grab zipper, did I? Good job, me. What have we got? Ooh, I've got brown. Or I've got tan. I'm not going that slowly. Slow's overrated, honestly. I think probably that one. What do you think? Or is that too bright? Nah, I think that one, because it matches his ears quite nicely. Oh, yeah. I'm going to clip this, though. Sometimes I use 2 foot. Ha! That's awesome. Use one as a brake. Do you do a lot of burnouts? Because that's how you do burnouts in a car. 2 feet, one on the brake, one on the go. One on the stop, one on the go. Burnouts galore. It's also really sad, I know that. Oh, okay. Put that in the tub, because we're going to need it in a minute. And then we should have, left in the tub, you should have your main lining panels, a Tory pocket, because we always do a Tory pocket. So they're our main panels. That's the Tory pocket. No, that's the Tory pocket. So we need these 2, and we're going to need that. And then we'll do the lining in a minute. Okay, so the shorter one of these 2 lining bits is the one we need now. That's this one. Right sides together. Lots of clips. Today I'm feeling the clips. Okay, here we go. Heel. Every time I say heel, my brain goes, heel enter, la 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 la. Every time. I'm just now letting you guys in on it. Oh yeah, look at me go. That was awesome. I have had my child home and he likes to hang around me, which I love. I love that my child loves me, but it means I have not been getting a lot of work done. We're going to pull both of these back and then top stitch. We're still on a 4 stitch length. Apparently I have decided not to move it down. Another really good way to make this match is actually stitch the bottom first. I know there's a lot of stitches down here, but we're going to cut most of it off. So don't be too worried. What that does is... I love that button. I'm actually quite happy it doesn't cut. I think that would annoy me more. But what that does is now when I pull this, it's going to make sure that it stays even. Right. So then we're going to top stitch, heel. I have to really think about using my heel, but we'll get there. I can't sew as fast, but I feel like the answer to that is yes. We can totally make this happen. So that's pretty. That's now flat and fabulous. If you need to, you can cut off that bottom bit if it's now annoying you. Whatever floats your boat. Then we're going to grab this one. And this is the bigger one of the two, so that it will come down and match. Boom. Magic. I hope I never have to move again, because now that I know that we've bought the house, my shit's just a lot. I have a lot of things. Okay, so then we're going to grab this and put that one around. So I always like to sit it to make sure that this is the right way, and then I will put it down. Because I have been caught out when I first started sewing. I got caught out getting cocky and not checking it. So now I always actually check it every single time. Every time, without fail. Because I don't want another stuff up. I'm getting the feel. We're getting there. So my tip is right at the edge, like my foot is hanging in free space. My heel is right on that top edge. If there wasn't so many creepy feet people, I could probably show you. But that was pretty fast sewing, I'd just like to point out. Heel, lift that up, and then we're just going to fold this one up by itself. Alright, and we want to make sure that all of that overlay is under there. I mean, I'm probably going to build some crazy leg muscles doing it this way. Because essentially I am holding my entire weight of my leg in the air to just use my heel. So I'm not actually sure if that's going to be necessarily helpful. But again, I've also got a bar that I can rest most of my foot on. So you can just do this. If you can't go that way, I could still lean it and then just use the heel. So is that something that would be more helpful? Can you just move it that way? Because then I can lean and I can probably get better control than what I've currently got. We're also going to crack the zip. I'm using Smooth Criminal. Oh, stop it, lungs. Honestly. It's getting beyond a joke now. I even made myself like healthy booster shots with turmeric and pepper and they taste gross. I got my child to have one this morning and he threw it back up because it's gross. I'm just going to put the zipper in the middle. And then again, if you want to, we can tag all this down. Again, I'm just going to put another line along the bottom. Heel. Not worried about the sides. They're pretty stuck in place now. See? Beautiful. Now, if you do a different seam allowance, sometimes this doesn't come all the way to the bottom. That is also fine. Just sew them together. Let them float around. Should be right. Then, I like to put these against each other, and apparently I am a little bit out. See that? Not cool. Ooh, another thing you could maybe do, and again you'll need some kind of engineering, but instead of doing it this way, maybe you could have it so you just push. So you just push your whole foot forward. I have a lot of solutions if you have an engineering friend. Less solutions otherwise, but, I mean, it's still working. I just cut that off. Because I don't want to deal with it. I'm classy like that. I mean, I could have also I've never done this before, but I could also get that other bit in there. Believe it or not, I could actually make it fit. It's called easing. I could ease all of that in, but it's just as easy to cut that. And because I haven't got these on this side, so much easier. All of my lining-y bits. Probably should go back to a normal joining length. This is my little phone holder pocket. Heel. I love a challenge. This has been a fun challenge. You're just going to have to grow, like my legs aren't sore yet, but I feel like you will probably need to grow some upper thigh muscles at a guess. I didn't think of that until just now. Yeah, so if you can't do it this way, have it so you just slide your foot forward and like basically turn it upside down. So in the same way that my heel is touching the back, if you turn the pedal so it works upside down, you'll be pushing the same edge, but you could just move your foot forward and tap it like that. That would be my best suggestion. But it can be done this way. I don't know if it can with your potential disability. But thus far, I am only using my heel and like my whole leg and pressure. I'm just dropping my leg down, but touching it with my heel instead of my whole foot. One more stitch. Whoop. And even though I've never done this before, I do very much feel like it's just a practice thing. Because I can feel myself getting better at it. Like one day I'm going to sew with the opposite foot that I never normally sew with, because that'll be a fun challenge. Oh, I have my present. I've never used this before. This is from Brymax. She has fancy rainbow colored chopsticks. I'm a bit nervous to stab at things with something so small, because quite often I had thinner ones than my turning stick, and I find I stab it through the corner because I am too rough. It's why I like my turning stick, because I can be as rough as I want. Yeah, I can get like 10 minutes work in before my leg needs a break. Okay. Wow, that's okay. So do 10 minutes. And then get up for 10 minutes. And then sit down for 10 minutes. And then get up for 10 minutes. What? That was not right on the edge. That was a bit further down. It's fine. We're fine. Chop, chop. I'm just going to finger press this down. Normally I'd get up and iron it. Especially if it was fabric. But since it's waterproof fabric, it'll be fine. But yeah, if he could adjust it so it's essentially upside down and then you push it instead of drop it, I think that will solve all your problems and you'll have great control. Told you we could brainstorm a solution. I'm still going to finish this bag using nothing but my heel though. I love a good challenge. And this bag is so easy, I could almost do it in my sleep. But another thing is if you can slow the machine down, would definitely help. I'm just impatient. See, I just like speed sewing. I'm not even impatient. Well, I probably am impatient, but I like speed sewing. But I can get the control with just my heel. Look at that. Ha-ha. You snapped your flute cane. Oh, no. I was actually thinking I should go and get more turning sticks for my website. This year, I'm going to be less about like the sets that I was doing. So that autumn one that I released, I've still got 2 left. So they're obviously not a thing as much in Australia as America. That's fine. Did you hear that? I heard that. Look at my rat's nest. So instead, I'm going to focus a lot on like swag and cool stuff. So like those dice. Did everybody see the dice that I did? So if you don't know what to sew or you're feeling you need inspiration, it's like having me in your ear. You roll the dice and you make what it says. And I've left the terms quite broad. So like one side says wallet. So then you can just pick your favorite wallet pattern. One side says tote. Now I was going to do it all with my patterns, but not everybody can afford to buy all my patterns all the time. So I've left it a bit more generic. But if you were to do it all with my patterns, tote would be the Empress, with or without the add-ons, entirely up to you. I personally love the add-on, but each to their own. Wallet, you could do a strumpet. Something fringed is Rascal. I love the dice. I use it to make video. I've got quite a few left. I've got to send one to America. I'm doing that after this video today. Actually, I'm going to go do my postage. So if anybody wants anything, you've pretty much got until the end of this video to purchase it, and I will post it today. But I'm going to try and concentrate a lot more on like cool swag. So all of the buttons, you know, the magnetic buttons I was doing. Oh, it's what fell earlier. These bad boys. I'm going to make a few new ones. I've got a new one here. This one says, and so it begins. Anyway, I'm going to make a bunch more of these. I've bought the blanks because I'm out of blanks, which is half my problem. So I've bought another bunch of blanks online yesterday. So they'll take a few weeks to get here. Also fine. So I'll be doing that. I want to get more turning sticks. I'm going to make other things that I come up with. And I'm going to set up on my website 12 ways to treat yourself. So you can buy, like, it'll be a kit, essentially. And they'll all be individually wrapped. And there'll be 12 items. I haven't picked those 12 items yet. But, like, bear with me. And it won't be, like, zipper tape and zipper pulls. Because you can just get that yourself. It'll be other stuff. Like my electric screwdriver. And snips like this. And, you know, stuff you're going to use. One of these, the very heavy duty magnet. This thing's intense, like real intense. Love it. The snip holding magnet, stuff like that. So it'll be 12 days of sewing, 12 ways to treat yourself, sorry. And it'll have all that kind of stuff in it. So that's probably where my focus is more going to be this year, rather than subscription boxes, because you guys just aren't as into it in Australia, which is fine. And so it goes. See, text me that. Temptress. I love Temptress. I should make one. Maybe I'll make that. Oh. My favorite Temptress I've ever made was the one with the stabby bear. There was a stabby Care Bear. Somebody digitized the stabby Care Bear. And I just happened to have very similar matching stabby bear fabric, so I lined it with that, and it was epic. I don't have any more of that stabby fabric, but I could instead put blood spatter on the inside and do another stabby bear. I am aware I am ridiculous before you all comment, okay? I know it. It's fine. The magnet is still my favorite tool. Well, I did like doing hardware, and I mean, I've probably got enough space for it. In a perfect world, I'd like to get my waterproof canvas back. I love it. You guys love it. It's just, I don't have anywhere to cut it, so I'd have to have it pre-cut. But last time I asked them to pre-cut it, it was atrocious, and I'm not super keen on a repeat. Ugh, go away, cough. I'm busy. All right, heel. 1, 2. Oh, I even did a nice back stitch. Oh, I would definitely slow my machine down if this was a permanent life hack where I'm only using my heel. Just if anybody needs to know that. I loved that bag. I also did one in Lord of the Rings, and that was my bag. And the Lord of the Rings embroidery that I did glowed in the dark. I also very much appreciated that. Very cool. I should do not so much an add-on, but like an alternate version where instead of the zipper just going on we have the outside as separate pieces, I could do that. I found a blood spatter vinyl on Temu. Aww. I did like that skull vinyl. It is in my wish list. I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but when I buy on Temu, they have a minimum order. So I have to wait until I've got enough minimum order of things I actually need, so I'm not just buying for the hell of it. I'm also technically on a ban for fabric buying right now, and if you could see behind this camera, you would totally understand why. I'm not allowed to buy any more fabric for my stash until I have used up all of what I'm considering scraps. And again, like I said earlier, for those that weren't here, scraps are anything smaller than 1/2 meter by width of fabric. So fat quarters in this household are considered scraps. They live in the scrap section. I understand they're not scraps, but they don't fit on a card, therefore they're scraps. So this bag is made with a fat quarter. So Possum pouch, for anyone that doesn't know, is fat quarter friendly. Always awesome. Gotta love a fat quarter friendly bag. You obviously don't get the strap, but everything else, like all the outside, the entire outside of this bag is made via a fat quarter. So you've got a slip pocket, the zipper pocket front, and the whole back piece. And knees, you didn't, but the pedal didn't like it. Yeah, see, knees would potentially help too. But I mean, we are getting somewhere with my foot, with my heel specifically. So I'm not tilting it at all. I'm just doing this up and down. But if someone buys it for you, then has it, that's okay. If people gift me things, it doesn't count because I didn't go to the shop and buy it, right? But that's also what the seemingly ugly fabric is, which I do need to get back into doing those videos. There's probably 8 videos left with the stuff that I've got. Some of it you guys sent me and it's just not doable. Like I got a piece of satin, but it's got stains all over it and there's not enough of non-stained part that I can use. And I'm not saying that you stained it. Maybe it's stained in transit. I don't know. But like that piece I have thrown out because there's nothing I can do. Ugly fabric and dirty fabric are very different things. And it wasn't really big enough to even try and wash. I've made peace with that. But no, if things show up at my doorstep that I had no hand in purchasing, that's not on me. But I'm actively trying not to purchase things because I don't have the space. I am working on it though. I would also... This year I'm going to work on a tote that uses panels. Like specifically, like when you go and buy quilting panels, I plan, because I've got, I'll show you because I can see it from here. So give me 1 second. I have some panels. Somebody sent me this as part, oh, did they send, I don't know if this one was sent to me or if it was gifted to me by someone that's obsessed with horses. It could have gone either way. Either one of you sent it, or it was gifted to me by a lady named Debbie. But it's got all these horses, right? And I know that these kind of panels are quite popular. So I literally want to design a bag that will use a square about this size, so that we can make all the totes of the universe. So this is one of the things I will be designing, because I've also got this panel, which again, if I had about... that square, that's about how much you'd see. So it's on my list of things to get to. Want to know a secret? I'm living with my parents while waiting for my house to be done. So I buy stuff and send it to my bestie and she sends it to me so I don't get remarks about buying. That's amazing. I love that. I'm lucky enough that A, my husband doesn't care what I buy, because if he even tried to tell me off, I would point out the ridiculous amount he spends in supplements. But also, he's quite encouraging and doesn't care what I purchase. Because I sell my bags, I make money on it all eventually. I am currently just more concerned with the mess, which is again why I have been spending all today basically using nothing but scraps as much as I can. Now, obviously, this is not a scrap, but I didn't have anything Star Wars that matched it. What? Bit much. I'm going to just manually crank that one more so I don't wreck it. So for anyone that doesn't know right now, somebody has pointed out to me that they can't sew normally. So I am sewing this entire bag with my heel. My heel is the only part touching the pedal to see if it's possible. But I do think my suggestion of flipping it upside down so you push against it, because then you could have like a board where you just slide your foot and you'd wear a sock. This would be one of the few times I suggest to wear a sock. But you could just push it with your foot. So nothing would have to move. It would just boop. That would be my best suggestion. But this bag is being sewn by my heel. So it is possible. If you've got the leg power to kind of hold your leg up for that long. But like right now I'm resting my foot. I've just put it back down on the ground. So I don't have to have my foot in the air with the muscles straining the whole time. I haven't been selling much online lately, but I know why I sold so much, but I did a half price off all handbags right after New Year's. So it was after the Christmas rush. I've had a lot of the bags for like multiple years. So I had one bag there from when I first designed Empress Original, not Empress Add-on, Empress Original. So that was like, what, 3 years ago? And so I did half price on all bags, and just the brand new ones that I had just recently made, I just didn't take with me, because if they can't see it, they don't know it's for sale. So I did half price, and I made just under $700 at that market, and that was right after Christmas when everyone's broke. So if you're struggling to sell stuff and you really just want to have like a cash influx, my suggestion is do a crazy half price sale of all the older stock. Only have that, not all of it. See, 2 years is still a long time to have a handbag. And okay, I didn't make a lot of profit, but I still got a chunk of money, which is always helpful in dribs and drabs. And I got rid of all the older stock. I think there's only like one bag that's older stock that I have left. What did I do? We were supposed to leave the bottom open. This is what happens when I talk. It's fine. But yeah, like do a half price sale, and that way people get to purchase your stuff, and then they can go, oh my god, this is amazing, and then they'll come back and buy something full price. It's like having a trial. You know, like sample packs. And you do it after like a big thing. Oh, this is really annoying. I hate unpicking. So we're not going to. We're going to pull this until it's firm, and then we're going to flip over, and we're going to grab this tail, and we're going to pull it until it doesn't come out anymore. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do this back and forth, and it will actually just pull it all out eventually. Gets to a point where it can't do it anymore, flip it over. Look at that. So much quicker. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So then we're going to come and we're going to back stitch that so it doesn't come undone further, because that would suck. I got a bit fast at the end. My foot got a bit happy. Speaking of candle making, and soap making specifically, I have decided I am going to grow loofah, or loofah, spelt loofah. I don't know why it's called loofah. Sounds like it should be double O, but it's not. Anyway, I plan on growing that. I just need to figure out where I'm putting my archway. And then I am going to make soaps with a piece of loofah so that it can be like a scrubby soap. I have decided this is happening in my life once I figure out where to put my beautiful archway that I want. I'm getting quite into gardening. So for the people that live in my area, I actually just made a new Facebook group to do like plant cutting swap for free. So you know how people keep, I don't know if it's a thing where you guys live, but people have been going to gardening shops and taking cuttings and technically stealing So they've put cameras up so you can't get busted and stuff, which I totally 100% get because it is stealing, in my opinion. But what I am doing is I have decided that instead of having that kind of a problem, I am going to have a group. So you can just be like, hey, I've got all these, what will you swap me? So that eventually I can have all the plants and it won't cost me anything. So yesterday alone, I went out to my garden and I took cuttings of my yesterday, today, tomorrow plant, which is a beautiful flower. If you've never heard of it, Google it. It's so cool. The flowers start out purple and then they go blue and then they go white. Like they literally change color. It looks very cool. Anyway, so I have decided I've taken 4 cuttings, put it in some dirt with some honey, and if they grow, I will then have them to swap. It doesn't cost me anything. It's like the tiny little seedling thing, so no dirt at all. And then I'll have stuff to swap. Yeah, growing loofah. Sounds super fun. I'm excited to try it. We're getting right into gardening here. I've also started propagating a few of my indoor plants because I'm really good at indoor plants. Like really good at indoor plants. So I have taken 3 cuttings of my philodendron and 3 cuttings of my Monstera Swiss cheese plant. And so when they grow roots, I'll have them to swap. So this is what I'm doing now, just as like a little, because, you know, I clearly don't have enough hobbies. But I want all the plants of the universe, and I can't afford $12 for every plant I want. Like, there's a lot that I want. And it just gets expensive. So I'm doing it, I've just started a group. There'll be no money exchanging. It'll just be, I want that plant, have one of mine. I've also got like a bunch of things I can just rip out. Like I've got a crap ton of fern and I've got a crap ton of haliconias. So if they wanted one of them, I would literally just go rip it out of my garden. Anyway, loofah, so I can make the soaps with the loofah in it. Very excited about that. I clearly just got way sidetracked. Sorry about that. I am so good at indoor plants. They are all like right near my laser. It's so pretty to look at. How cool is that? 3D pocket. You know what else I might do for this? I am going to cut this shorter and then get some vinyl and put ends on it, because why not? Change stuff up, people. It's really kind of fun. It's so hot here as well. So the other reason I think I'm so good at indoor plants, it's so hot here. I don't want to go outside in the heat. I don't want to go gardening and weeding when it's 38 degrees outside. Even if it's 34 in the shade, I don't have a lot of shade. Everything's in direct sun. It's just really hot. I don't want to. Let me just get some more of this vinyl. Because I need it. Got me some scissors. This is what Sandra sent me. This is the full roll of it. Isn't that super pretty? I don't know if you can see it. So pretty. So thank you, Sandra. You have aided me in my Yoda bag. I pulled out a whole bunch of browns. This is the one I liked the most. Now, normally I would use my skinny ruler, but I didn't grab it when I was up, and I'm not getting back up again. So 1, 2.5 by 1 1/4, and then cut 1 1/4. I need to send Sandra a care package. Choppity chop chop. Roll it up, stick it down there. Cut this in half. Now I've got my 2 ends. Do you in general send to Australia, Sandra? That's a good question. I'm sure she does. It's just postage prices suck. She will send it to you. You've just got to make peace with the fact that postage is a lot. If you're happy to pay postage, she will of course send it. I do know this as an answer. The other option is you do what I did. You get yourself a package pal. Sandra's my package pal. So if I see something in America that I want, she'll just add it into the bundle if I ask for it. Send her the money, off we go. Package pals are so much fun. I don't know if anybody's still doing that from when I suggested it. Double-sided tape is your friend. Just hold it in half and then shove that in. Boom! Oh, here we go. Spin it around. Chuck it under. Ooh, that was nearly my finger! Whew. Be calm. Okay. Zipper done. We're going to take the one with the zipper. And we're going to put it so that it closes the same way and then down. Nap sounds lovely. Enjoy your nap. I'm nearly finished this. We're just going to sew this top bit. Sew the outside. Turn it through. Dunskies. I can hear Knuckles. He's laying right outside the door. He does that. He likes to be where I am. Weirdo. Yes, I'm still on my heel. That was all done with heel only. I have to curl my toes up because there's a bar there. It's making it very awkward. I'm not going to lie. Alright, we're going to sew this down over that. And we're going to move that out of the way. Oh, for anyone that's wondering, I went to buy paint to paint my sewing machine yesterday. Nowhere in Townsville has what I want. Do you know how upset I was about that? Very is the answer. I wanted like a nice metallic green, and then I was just going to put clear glitter or green glitter over the top. You can, I didn't know this, but you can go to Super Cheap Auto and they will mix up custom paint. Except I need to know the code, which I obviously do not know. So I couldn't even do that. It's also like $45 a can. But I could get awesome custom spray paint if I know the codes. So I spent like 20 minutes with the guy in the shop and he was Googling codes. We got nowhere. But how cool of an idea. So now I'm back to the drawing board with what I'm going to paint my sewing machine. Because now I'm thinking maybe I should do like black with glitter and then use my Cricut to cut out HTV and put blood spatters all over it. Because it is the Scream Machine. That was my next thought on that. Dunno. Also, the spray gun I got would not be suitable to spray this machine. It's too splattery for me. I'd need to get like a professional one, and then I'd need to buy like an air compressor, and that all just seems a bit much. I'm actually genuinely impressed with my foot control, or my heel control specifically. Quite impressed with myself. What's what question? What? So yeah, I want, and I looked it up, it's called candy, neon candy green. And then you've got to put like flakes and stuff in it, and it's all glittery and fantastic. But it just, I wanted. Because I don't want to do the same green as my other machine. But then I kind of compromised on myself. I'm like, you know what? At least it'll be green. So I went to buy it. You can't buy it anymore anyway. So disappointing. I'm actually getting really used to this whole keel thing. I'm not even really feeling a difference anymore. My brain's just like, okay, this is what we're doing now. Leave the zippers in the middle. Makes life so much easier. Yeah, but I'm quicker because I've had practice. Do you know how many handbags I've made? Go and look at how many videos I have, and then I've done more than that. Can't judge yourself by my sewing unless you're sewing as much as I'm sewing, right? Are you making like multiple bags a week? Because if you're not, then technically you haven't done the same amount of sewing hours as me. They reckon 10,000 hours is what it takes to perfect something, right? 10,000 hours and you'll be an expert in something. So I worked that out yesterday because my brain was just curious. 10,000 hours is 3.41 years if you're doing 8 hours a day. That's how long it takes to do something and perfect it. So don't feel bad if you're not there. 8 hours of sewing every day for 3.5 hours is how you become a master at something. I don't even sew 8 hours a day. Not a thing. Don't have time for that. Oh, this is so interesting with my heel. Look at me rev it. You can see it. But I like revving, so I'm not going to stop. Ooh, I messed that one up good. All my clips are getting to the end of their life. Oh, and I've just run out of bobbin thread. They're getting to the end of their life. So it's about time I have to buy more. We also have to do a new bobbin because I just ran out. That will be from all of my basting togetherness, and I just don't even care. Oh, stop it, lungs. Honestly, it's getting outrageous. Lift this up. Ah! Stop it. Ah, whoops. Forgot to click that over. That'll help. Everybody can get better at something. You've got to practice and you've got to push yourself. Don't always do what you know you can do. Like speed sewing. I keep bringing it up because eventually you're all going to try it. You're going to hate it to start off with, and then you're going to keep practicing and you'll be amazing at it. And then you'll see how much quicker it is to sew like straps and stuff. And eventually you'll save time. And then you can make multiple bags a day. Ah! Ha ha ha! That was fun. Anyway, moving on. Right, and then we're going to tie the one that I cut off. I have not unthreaded my entire machine because I am lazy and I don't do that. So I'm going to tie it off and then just pull it through. And now I only have to thread like part of it. Which is mainly the bit that moves up and down, because if you leave it in, it gets knotted. I've learned that the hard way too many times. The foot was hypnotizing. It's pretty cool. Always wind your bobbin at like full speed ahead. It helps push the oil through your machine. Especially if you do a lot of slower sewing. I'm not judging, but I'm just letting you know. Oh, come on, tail. Where are you? There you are. Welcome. Yoink. Oh, this cough. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back a bit and then back stitch slowly so we don't have issues. turn and I'm just a little bit out, sometimes you just have to go back. Oh, I'm also on the wrong stitch length. I am going to make a bag with my left foot. Not today as I'm using the heel. But we are going to do it, I promise. Probably not today though. Oh, stop it. Oh. What was that? That's not ideal. That's the pressure of my foot. It just came off. Not ideal at all, people. We're just going to wind that back on. How embarrassing. My machine just fell apart. Whatever. Where am I screwing it to? I don't really know. I don't know how much pressure I need. I never mess with those. They just exist where they want. We got a bit wonky donkey when that happened though. So, we're just going to go back and fix it. Better. You'll also notice I left the entire bottom of the bag open. This is the new thing that I do now. Because to birth this bag is so much easier than trying to push it through the zipper pocket. I mean, I was going to have to, even if I just left a bit, right? I was still going to have to sew it closed through here anyway. So, just leave the whole thing open. You'll trust me on this. So much quicker. Do I say, oh, stop it to my child? Not really. No, I don't think so. Say it to my husband, though. Oh, stop it. Say it to the dog, too, actually. The child's probably the only one I don't say it to. Definitely my husband and the dog. Alright, I've trimmed off the cornery bits because they're bulky and we don't need them there. Then, the hardest bit is making sure your hand is not in a slip pocket when you turn it through. And then we're just gonna push a corner. Pick a corner, any corner. There's only two options. No right or wrong answer. Right, inside out. And then we just keep going. If you can get it to this point, any bag will turn through once the lining has fully encased the bag. It's like a rule. I didn't make the rule. It's existing like that. I need my turning stick. Where's my turning stick? Because I'm lazy. Hiya! Wrong end. Pointier end, but still not so pointy. I'm going to stab it through the bag. Do, 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 do. So much has turned through, you can't even see the other accent. Also, by only putting one accent on instead of two, this is actually easier to push through than when there's two, because it's twice as thick. Bye, Sandra! It's like 11 o'clock at night where you are. That makes sense. Nighty night. I actually didn't message her about this live because I just assumed she'd be asleep. I wasn't going to do a live. It was like an impromptu moment. Because let's be honest, I'm just not that organised. I'm much more chaotic than that. And then, while we're here, we're going to push through the ends. I love the way these ends finish. I know it doesn't look super cute yet, but just like, give it a minute. Fun. So then, we put our hand into the pocket and just pull the whole base out, and we just do a quick little stitch, and Bob's your uncle. Oh no. What did I forget? I'll tell you what I forgot. My tag. which is so annoying because I was going to show you the very cool new tag thing I'm doing. Damn it! It's because I didn't cut one out. I'm going to show you anyway on a different one. So here's another scrap. Oh, look, I got a package. Thank you, beautiful. Do you all want to know what it is? I have no idea. But it feels a bit fabricy. Okay, I think this one's for an order. So it makes me feel better about the fact that I bought it. Anyway, I got sidetracked. This is now what I'm doing. So the black bit with the laser design. Hey, honey, I'm live. You want to come say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone. No, I was just saying, there you go. That's all.
I'm alright. I'm live.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll get one.
Love you. I'll come out soon. See, this is why I don't do videos. Constantly interrupted. Anyway, this stuff's iron on. I lasered my design, and then I put it on a slightly wider bit of matching vinyl for the thing. So, when I stick it on, it will be more of a feature because of the background. And I'll show you why, because I did this one over here without it. And it just doesn't look as good. But I've already ironed it on now. So it's stuck. Right? So it's stuck on there. I should have put a border because it doesn't look as good as with a border. So, somebody did ask me, am I doing these to sell? And the answer is, of course I am. Why have a laser if I don't use it for evil purposes? Like encouraging you to buy stuff. But yeah, so these are the new way that I'm going to do them until... I'm also getting some plasticky riveted ones from Brimax. They are, I'm pretty sure, on the way. And I went and got 5mm rivets to attach them to so that they are less prominent and it's less about the rivet and more about the tag. Because 9mm, in my opinion, is too big. Let's go back to this. I had to buy a bunch of strapping because I just don't have any. So I got green, obviously. But that's really pretty. This is a Temu order. I can tell you that because I remember. So technically I didn't buy fabric, so it's okay. I got like a neutrally peachy coloured one. I can't remember what colour it was called. I got a purple and nude because purple's always a winner. These are to use on my new laser. Oh, this is what I wanted to try. This is not fabric, so it doesn't count. I got a navy one, like blues. These are mainly so I can do the phone holders with the pocket pals attached. So I got a pale blue, so I got dark blue and pale blue, and like a hot pink, because that's really fun. So now I've got, you only get 2 straps out of each, so I've got 2 for 6 more straps. No, 12. That's 12 straps, because you get 2 per colour. Because I needed them. I really, really did. And I'm now thinking, so for this bag, now that they've arrived, right? Screenshot it. There you go. Boom! Temu. I actually, for this bag, I had cut out this one with the blue and the sparkles. And I think I still want it. But the other option would be a cute purpley one as an option. So I'll think about that later. I do love options. They actually came really quickly. Like, really quickly. Anyway, move them aside. These are laser engravable tags because I got a new laser, which video I have to finish today. But I got it so that I can take it to markets and do on-the-spot engraving. And so I have bought a bunch of these so people can just get like their name or a simple picture or something and instantly get it on there. So I just got a pack of random because random's the way to go. And I will laser engrave them up to see what they look like. I'll just pick one of each and do like generic stuff in case people want to buy them. But that's what I got those for. So I think there's 30 in there or 20. I don't remember. I can't expect it to be expected to remember stuff like that. But this is something that I saw in one of the, I think it's in Singapore or Malaysia, one of those designers, and she has foam that she sticks on the back instead of bag foam. This is like stick on, like thick foam, almost like a craft foam. So I've bought some and I'm going to stick it on bags instead of the traditional bag foam and see if I like it. So I got, I don't know if this was just what size it come in. I have no idea. But I think it's about a meter or a yard or something. Maybe a 2. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. The point is I want to try it out and see if I can use it in place of bag foam. Because bag foam in Spotlight, the one I use, is now up to $27 a meter. Like, it's getting just outrageous. This was under 10, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, it's not as wide, but I just want to try it out because it sticks on so I don't have to iron stuff, and I just want to see how it goes. So that's what that is. Is the laser more than $2,000? No. So the new little portable one I got was, I think it's, I want to say maybe 1,100. It only does a little area, but it also, I've got a roller. You can connect it straight to your phone. The company has a little battery that you can attach to it. So you could literally just take it down to your friend's place. It's fully self-contained. You take your phone and you can just go from your phone to the laser and you don't have to plug it in anywhere. I don't have the power pack. It's on my list of things to get to. See? Adhesive foam. I want to try it out. Drymax tags are awesome. Just to go back to that comment as well. Heal and to heal. See? My brain's just doing it. I like to sing. Whether I can sing or not is irrelevant. Point is, I like to. And how easy was that bag to turn? You didn't have to try and turn it through there. Highly recommend doing it this way, people. Alright, tuck the raw edges in. Pinch it closed. Ugh. Okay, every time I move it, it's being a jerk. So it depends. Okay, you want a laser. That's great. Let's talk lasers for a second. What do you want it to do? Because that is the main factor. What is it that you want it to do? If you can tell me that, I can tell you which one to get. Since I've trialed so many of them now, I can tell you. And also, how good at you are you at computers? That was a very controlled heel moment. I don't care how ridiculous I'm being. This was a fun challenge. Mainly for earrings. So you don't need a big one. Do you want to... Okay, and so here's the next question. So like with the blanks, do you want to get blanks and engrave on them? Or with the earrings, like earring blanks I'm talking, or do you just want to have like a slab of wood and you cut the earrings out? Because certain lasers are much easier to line stuff up with than others, right? So acrylic earrings. So now that you've said acrylic, you already need a minimum of 10 watts or a, not fiber laser, what's the other one? CO2 laser cuts acrylic really, really well. So people that do markets and have all of the, whoa, it just went weird. What just happened? There we go. Don't know what just happened there, guys. But for people that have like an acrylic earring shop that you see at markets, they, and I can pretty much guarantee I know what's going on here, they have what's called a CO2 laser. They are crazy expensive, but they're usually quite large. They have like a special tube. It's like a whole thing, but they cut acrylic really, really well. My lasers can cut 3mm acrylic, but not all colors. You can't do any kind of blues. With all the lasers that I've had have been what are called diode lasers. And they are a blue light laser, and they can't cut acrylic. or blue acrylic. They can cut, like I have cuts acrylic, but I would not do it as a business cutting acrylic with my laser because you have to do like 5 passes at a really, really low speed to get it to cut through. So it won't just cut it in one go. Wood ones, you can absolutely do it with the lasers I get, but if you wanted to focus on acrylic earrings, my suggestion would be save up and get a CO2 laser because it'll be more like time and therefore cost effective. Spending half an hour cutting out one pair of earrings because it has to go so slow is just not really where you want to be in life. That is not a cost-effective business model. You need the better laser. So that's probably why you're struggling to find a laser in the price range that you want. It's because what you want to do is more tricky for certain lasers. Now, don't get me wrong. I can cut acrylic, and I have shown you that I've cut acrylic, but you'll also notice that I always have to speed up those videos because it takes so long. 5 passes at 3 millimeters a second is just a really long time. Wood and MDF, so like the 3 mil plywood, I don't like MDF. It throws too much glue and therefore gums up your machine really quick. I prefer plywood personally. I know it's still similar, but it's just, I think it's got more wood than glue, and so it doesn't get as gross. Food for thought on that. But like my S120 watt, I understand that's a lot of money, but that laser is epic. You can do perfect lining up of stuff. But like these things, because it's a circle, it will help you draw a perfect circle. So you just mark 3 points, it draws the perfect circle, and then you can center your design with very minimal effort. Some of the earlier lasers I got where it's got that line that draws it, I really struggled to get it centered, which is why I ended up doing wood earrings that I cut around so that I don't have to try and center stuff. It was really tricky. I never got stuff perfectly centered. It actually really bothered me. Whereas the S1 laser that I've got now, you can line stuff up. You can like draw rectangles or random shapes. It's even got like a photo function. So you can take a photo of the bed and then line up the stuff. Super handy. I'm leaving a bit of a gap because it's going to make it easier, just if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. When I fold this in half once more, it just works better. So yeah, if you want to do acrylic earrings, you really need a CO2 laser. Also, if you got that, you could probably make your own templates, which is kind of fun. I've made some templates out of non-clear stuff. So I made my own acrylic templates for a purse pal or pocket pal, one of them, probably both actually. And then the straight rectangles for an NCW wallet, I've just made it out of orange because that's what I had. But I could make them myself, and it's obviously much cheaper. But I can't, it took ages. And I would not go and keep making all of my own templates in any way, shape or form. Rimax, it just works out better because she can do the clear stuff. My laser can't do clear. It can laser engrave. It can put like words on a piece of acrylic if you paint it first, but it can't cut it no matter what you do. It also can't cut the mirror acrylic, which I'm very bummed about because it's clear with like a backing. So it won't cut that either. Things I know, right? It's just not cheap to get sublimation blanks. That's fair too. It is an investment getting a laser, but the new laser I've got, I literally got because it's like handheld, portable. And so I can take it to the market and do on the spot. Basically, I want to do on the spot jewelry and on the spot dog tags and iron on patches and stuff that I've already got and those keychain things. Whoa. Whoa. My heel's getting a bit carried away. I mean, it's fine, but still. If you're in America, April May Shine also does my templates. So if you want templates. But she's got, I think it's like 100 watt or 50 watt CO2 laser. So she can do all the things that I just mentioned. I just like to point out that that was with my heel. I do dabble in a lot of things. And I do understand that lasers are expensive. It's definitely like an investment piece. But if you were going to make earrings, like if you make earrings and the sublimation blanks cost X amount, right? What you need to then do is work out how much the laser and the acrylic would cost, and then work out how many pairs of earrings would break even and see if it's worth it. Because I don't know how many earrings you're making. Like, if you're only making a few, it's probably not worth it. But if you're going to make, like, hundreds of earrings, at some point it will be more cost-effective to get your own laser than to keep buying the blanks with postage. Run the numbers and see what you come up with. A CO2 laser are never cheap. I'll tell you that right now. But to do acrylic, it's what you want because it's quicker. And the higher the wattage, the quicker it is to cut stuff. Okay, so $6 a pair. So what's 3,000 divided by 6? Someone? My brain can't do that right now. 500? Did my brain just do that right? Oh, I did. Look at me. So that's 500 pairs. Okay. So the way you look at it is it's 500 pairs of blanks is the equivalent of your laser plus the acrylic to cut them out. So you buy it in big sheets and you get it wholesale, and let's say it's $200, right? So that's... Oh, see, my brain can do it because I just brought it. See, my brain can't do 3,000 divided by 6, but my brain can do 30 divided by 6, and then you just add zeros on. That's literally how my brain operates. Anyway, the point is, none of that. My point is, so it would be about 500 pairs of, it's not $500, it's 500 pairs of earrings would pay for the laser, but then you've also got to include the cost of acrylic. And I don't know how much acrylic is in wholesale because I don't buy it, but you'd buy like a giant sheet and cut it down. So I'm saying 200. So 200 divided by 6 is like a, what, 180? No. 6 divided by 3 is 18. 200, 20, 26 into 20, 18. So 18. So let's say 550 pairs of earrings would break about even. And so if you were going to make more than 520 pairs of earrings, then get your laser. That's how I'm mathsing it. Take that however you will. I know you didn't all come here for a maths lesson, but we're doing it anyway. Oh yes, no, I know, mate. He's like right at my feet. Aren't you, buddy? You're such a good boy, though. Such a good boy. I'll be lucky to sell 50. Well, so that's just, you know. Okay, so are your blanks always white is the next question. So we can work a different angle. Are your blanks always white? Because they're sublimation, I assume they're always white. That's all right. I'm all about the random. My brain lives for random. Because if you only have to cut white acrylic, you could do it with one of the cheaper lasers that I have. The longer Ray 5 10-watt laser, which is the recent big square one I did a video on. MDF. Or MDF, you could just get a diode laser. It's the acrylic. So if you're doing white acrylic, you can cut it with a diode laser. It'll just be slow going. So if you're not selling that many, then maybe the diode laser is probably more the way to go. It'll just take longer to cut them. You just have to be conscious of that. But they are considerably less. So those ones are coming in under 1,000. So instead of 500 pairs of earrings, we're looking at more like 100 and something. But then you could also use it to make MDF templates, which I have done in the past. And you can make wooden items, like all the signs I do. Basically, there are other options. And that's got a really nice big... Well, if it's MDF, just get a diode laser. Diode lasers work fine. I don't love cutting MDF because it's like goopy, but it can be done. Most people do it. Most people just have to clean their lasers more than me. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. In which case, a diode laser is totally fine. You don't need one as fancy as my S1. My S1 is fabulous and it's really good for lining up. Cutting out of like blank rectangles, then a basic laser would work fine. I would get a 10 watt, or if you can afford it, a 20 watt, because it just means it cuts faster. And Bob's your uncle. I also just finished the bag. So my, see how, and this is a problem a lot of people face, see how it's wonky? See that? It goes, woo! That's not my sewing. Well, most likely not my sewing. That is this needing a Tory squish. Also, a little bit of a squish on the end of the zippers would help. Trust me on that. See? Better. I don't know if you can see that. See, better? I mean, it's still a little bit. Again, more squishing will solve how you do that. Right? But how cute's the bag? So I feel like this is, obviously it's a hardcore fan because it has got some purple, but I feel like this bag is much more manly friendly because of the brown that I used. And then it's got the slip lock on the back. Whatever. Totally made it. It's amazing. I love it. And that was a fat quarter. So you can use a fat quarter and make a possum pouch. I'm quite a fan. Each to their own. Has anyone actually made possum pouch before? I made it because someone literally requested it of me. I do take requests for bags, believe it or not. Somebody requested a possum pouch. So they literally wanted it. They sent me a photo of a bag they'd seen and they wanted this and then they wanted this and then they wanted all of these things. So I created the bag. The original comes with little tabs here, but as you can see, I didn't do them. They're not needed. Some people like the tabs, some people don't. Whatever's going. I got a random tail. Look at that. Oh, not okay. Get it? Cut it off. Otherwise, super cute. I like the tan zipper. We definitely picked good, people. Done. On that note, I'm going to get off here because A, I need to eat. I'm really hungry. B, my computer's about to die, so I won't be able to see all your comments. And C, my husband's home. So I'm going to go chat to him, see why he's home early. Yeah, sorry, I did an impulsive live. It happens. Between the handles. What? What's between the handles? What? I made one similar before you came out with the pattern. Oh, there you go. There you go. They work well on wheelchairs. That's good to know. All right, I'm off, people. Thank you all for tuning in and ignore my rambling. You'll be fine. Bye.